God doesn't work for you. You are not heaven's manager. Christianity is not about us telling God how to move. It is about surrendering ourselves so that God can move in us. I found this feather on the ground while on a prayer walk in 2022. I had been praying to see God move on some of my dreams that looked dead. To be honest, in that season of my life, I truly started to question whether or not prayer actually moved anything. Prayer in that season felt no more powerful than blowing out candles and making a wish. It was all good vibes and smoke. I was walking my block one icy spring Michigan morning, accusing God of neglect and calling it prayer, when I saw this feather a few steps from my feet. It stopped me dead in my tracks. A verse that I kept getting confronted with in that season was Isaiah 40:31. But those who wait on the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not become weary. They will walk and not faint. Of course, I wasn't staring at an eagle's feather, but seeing this small bird's feather lying in the street that morning reminded me immediately of the verse that had been taunting me. I was tired. I was tired of waiting on the Lord. It was the last verse I wanted to think about as I was busy telling God what should be his next move. I picked it up and I placed it in my prayer journal. It was a reminder to me that I was not in charge of God. God didn't work for me. I was not heaven's manager. God speaks and I listen. God leads and I follow. This is called surrender. And while many of us truthfully will never do it, for those of us who do, the Lord will renew all the strength we swore was lost. As I sat down this morning and opened my prayer journal, this feather I picked up 3 years ago fell out. And as I share this with you, I realized I am sitting in the answers to every prayer I prayed in 2022. And the truth is, I would walk the block all over again, knowing what I know now. I would surrender to God's management 50 times over. The only things I lost were things that were never truly mine. I know this may not be what you want to hear today, but it's the truth, and I'm going to say it anyway. Those who wait upon the Lord are not being punished. Like an oak growing from tender soil, like a portrait in the hands of a meticulous artist, like an ember that is soon to catch fire. There is a blessing that comes to those who are willing to trust, to surrender, to wait. A quiet strengthening that only comes when you let God's will supersede your own. So here is a feather. To all who are weary, the Lord will renew your strength. Let me pray with you. Lord, we give you our lives and all of our days. May you guide us into your light. I'm Heather, and I'll see you next Friday night.